What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of Ray Reviews, where I, Ray, bring you an array of videos from the anime world and geek culture. Today I'll be previewing the anime, Welcome to the Ballroom. This anime is a sports drama that is based off a 2011 manga of the same name. Welcome to the Ballroom is licensed by Ponyo Canyon here in the United States and is currently available to stream legally with English subtitles on Anime Strike, where all good anime go to die. Totaro Fujita is a third-year middle schooler who has no idea what he wants to do with his life. One day, Fujita is rescued from some bullies by a giant of a man named Kaname Sengoku. It turns out that Sengoku is a professional dancer and takes Fujita into his dance studio, where he finds a fellow schoolmate named Shizuku Hanaoka. Fujita is impressed by her beauty and dance moves, but quickly dismisses his new fascination with her and the dance studio, that is until he finds a DVD of Sengoku's winning performance from last year's dance competition. Fujita is mind blown by Sengoku's performance, so much so that he goes back to his studio the very next day and asks him if he will teach him to become a professional dancer. Sengoku hesitates to take Vegeta's request seriously until he sees his determination to become a real dancer. And so Vegeta becomes a member of Sengoku's dance studio and sets off to be the very best like no one ever was. If this plot sounds familiar to you, then you're not the only one. This setup has been used numerous times before in other anime sports titles. Luckily for the show, this is a formula that I actually enjoy, because it's a relatable situation I think a lot of people can relate to. I'm also a sucker for an anime that explores a new subject or a hobby that I'm not acquainted with. My only concern up to this point is that the series might try to turn Fujita into a dance god overnight. Hopefully the writers will pump the brakes a bit so the series doesn't go off the tracks. Fujita is your everyday underdog nice guy protagonist. He takes care of his family whenever he's not on the dance floor. He's that type of character you can't help but cheer for. Sengoku's loud and short-tempered personality is winning me over as my favorite character. He acts like a tough guy, however, deep down, he's a softie. My thoughts about the show's potential love interest and formidable rival are still up in the air at this point. Episode 3 left off in a bit of a cliffhanger, and I'm curious to see how these characters react in the next episode. What I can say for now is that there's some promising, juicy drama in store for these teenagers, and I look forward to see what will happen next. Regarding this anime's character designs, I have a love and hate relationship with them. While its distinct take on characters' hair and eyelashes are neat, I found their giraffe necks to be a bit too distracting at times. I'm more forgiving of this creative choice when these characters are in motion, but when they stand still, it can get unsightly. On the plus side, the backgrounds used in the show are better than your average TV anime, and the clever incorporation of CG animation is well executed in this series. With a big name like Production IG in the credits, I expected high quality animation, and thus far, they have delivered a feast for the eyes. The animation pays a great amount of attention to characters' body movements as you would expect from an anime about dancing. Welcome to the Ballroom focuses on two dancing styles, the fast-paced revealing dances of Latin America and the more graceful traditional waltzes of Europe. It is cool that the animators seem to have done some research in order to help display these two unique dance styles. My only somewhat negative feedback would be when the show cuts into still images anytime when none of the main characters are dancing on stage. I know they must keep things within its budget, it just bums me out every time I see a studio do this. I found the Japanese voice talent to be not bad. I can't say I've fallen in love with anyone's portrayal just yet, though there are only 3 episodes to judge the performances on by, and most of the dialogue has been from either Fujita or Sengoku. I did find it shocking that Shinba Tsuchiya, who plays Fujita, only has one other credit listed outside the show. Man, I gotta get his guy as my agent. To land a leading role in a big production animation such as this is rarely heard of. I hope he and the rest of the cast will produce a performance to remember. My impressions of the original soundtrack fare a bit more positive. The timing and changing moods of the music corresponding with the drama on screen are tastefully carried out. The show's opening is one of my favorite anime openings I have seen in a while. It is a heavy drum, fast tempo song, and damn if that's not the kind of song I'm into, then I don't know what is. Not to mention the quick cuts in time with the music is also a very nice touch. The ending is a soft, whimsical piece accompanied by piano, which fits naturally into the show's closing credits. To recap, while the setup of this tale might not be that original, it is a proven formula that I've appreciated before in the past. Character introductions and interactions have the makings of something remarkable, or at least I hope so. The exaggeration of its characters' necks can be jarring, but the smooth animation makes up for most of the distractions. While I can't say I'm fond of any Japanese actor just yet, the soundtrack has me tapping along to each beat. So with all that in mind, and based off my own enjoyment and preferences, I give Welcome to the Ballroom a recommendation to watch it this anime season. It might have an unorthodox subject matter, but if you're into sports anime series, you might want to check this one out. But hey, that's just my opinion. What are your first impressions of Welcome to the Ballroom? Leave me your thoughts and questions in the comments section. While you're down there, feel free to leave me any requests you might have down below, and I'll try to make it happen. If you like what I do here, please share this video amongst your friends and hit that like and subscribe button. That stuff really does help me out, and I truly appreciate all the help that I can get. Look me up on social media if you're into that kind of thing. And last but most importantly, thank you so much for watching. I was Ray, and I'll see you guys again on the next episode of Ray Reviews.